Hello, my sweet friends, and welcome back to the Fear Fighters podcast. So today I want to talk about the energetics of fear and self-limiting beliefs and how that plays into our happiness and also our anxiety levels. So let's just jump right into it. If you are somebody that struggles with your mental health and anxiety and stress levels being high, you may have adopted this belief system that is pretty common among anxious and stressed out people. That is, when something good happens or when you feel good, something bad is on its way or something bad is going to happen. And the energetics of life and the way that it works is that nothing in this world is innately good or bad. It just isn't. Everything is, and whether it's good or bad is based on our perception of things. And a good example of this, for instance, is say that you wake up in the morning and you do your meditation and you are feeling really good and you're feeling really aligned and you instantly click into your anxiety and you think, oh my gosh, wait, I should be worried about this. I feel really good. I'm not allowed to feel good. You may not even say that second part because you may not consciously know that, but you say to yourself, something bad is going to happen, or, oh my gosh, I hope something bad doesn't happen, right? So you have a picnic planned in the afternoon with your friend, and an hour, 2 hours later, you look outside and it is thunderstorming. And the rain itself isn't bad. There's nothing negative about the rain. But because you had these plans to be outside and do this picnic, and because you were feeling good and expecting something bad to happen, you perceive the rain to be bad. You perceive that to be the something bad that you knew was going to happen. Now, in isolated incidents, it happens. It is what it is. We all have those times when our mindsets don't work exactly like we want them to work or aren't exactly the way we want them to be. But the thing with our mind and how our mind works is that it desperately doesn't want to be irrelevant. It wants to prove us right over and over and over again. Our mind and our ego love being fucking right. It's like its favorite thing. The ego loves to be right, and it's going to affirm its rightness to you all the time. So when you see the rain, even though the rain isn't bad, and if you think about it for a second, you guys could get a reservation at your favorite restaurant or find another way, do a picnic indoors. You could find another way to do it that would be great and totally fine, and you could go with the flow. But your mind will see that and say, see, I told you so. And it will reaffirm the belief that when something good happens, something bad is going to happen. When you affirm that over and over and over again, it becomes a foundational belief. And so the more that you affirm that, the more that your mind tells you, well, this is what happens to us. Every time something good happens, something bad happens, the more you solidify it in your mind, and the more that becomes a core belief system. And you may notice that it's happening, but you may, and most likely you don't notice that it's happening, but it does anyway. Because your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, everything in life is energy. And life doesn't know what you want and what you don't want. It knows what you focus on. And you are a match for what you focus on. And the reason that beliefs are so important is because they guide our behaviors and they control the thoughts that happen in our minds. And so when we have beliefs that center around negativity or around feeling bad versus feeling good, we feel bad more than we feel good. Or when we feel good, we immediately think, oh my gosh, I should be feeling bad. And it's crazy. I had this belief system for so long and my mind worked like this for quite a while. The silver lining and the good news is that my mind no longer works like this and hasn't worked like this for a while. And so I want to do a little riff here and keep it really positive for you and go to a totally different place with it, which is to tell you that you are allowed to feel good because you are. Your purpose in existing on this planet isn't to suffer. It isn't to feel bad. It's to claim your birthright of happiness. It's to embody happiness, to enjoy life, to fulfill your desires. So if you ever find yourself thinking, I'm just trying to survive, you won't. Nobody will. We're all mortal, right? And that's something that we have to come to terms with at one time or another. But you certainly aren't here to survive because you won't. You are absolutely here to thrive. Feeling good is what you're supposed to be doing. Doing more of what makes you feel good makes you less of an energetic match for anxiety, for stress, and the things that cause anxiety and stress. It's the law of energetics. like attracts like. Whatever energy you put out is what you get back. You've probably heard that before. Or where your attention goes, energy flows. Whatever you're focusing on is what the universe is matching you with. It does not know how to distinguish what you want from what you don't want. It only knows how to give you more of what you focus on. Now, it doesn't mean that you're rapidly manifesting every single thing that you think about, but it means that you're manifesting energies that are similar to what you're thinking about. The universe matches where you are. And so by doing more of the things that make you feel good, you're becoming an energetic match for more things that make you feel good. So it goes against the law of energetics and the law of manifestation and attraction to think that and have the belief system that when something good happens or when I start to feel really good, that something bad is going to happen. Because if you ignore that piece and you change your perception and you have an open mind and you're able to see what you would normally perceive as bad as an opportunity to go with a different flow, to explore something new, to try something new, to open yourself up to different perceptions and different ways of being and hearing and seeing and understanding, then you get to experience a whole new beauty of life. You get to be more of a match for what makes you feel good, and you start to rewrite that belief. You become less of an energetic match for what you don't want, and you become more of an energetic match for the good things that you allow yourself to fully feel and to focus on. That's the law of energetics. So keeping it really simple, with energy, like attracts like. So it is a self-limiting, completely non-beneficial belief system to think, if I feel good or if something good has happened, something bad will happen. It's just limiting what can come to you. And you don't want to limit that. You want to expand that. You want to make yourself expansive so that you are attracting the things that you want. And you certainly don't want to attract things that make you feel bad. So when you focus more on the things that make you feel good and doing more of the things that make you feel good, you attract more things that make you feel good. And the more that you do that, you are less of an energetic match for the things that make you feel bad, for things that cause anxiety. And with all of that comes an unbelievable gift to have an open mind, an open heart, and a growth mindset. When we are limited by our mindset and our ability to see things differently and perceive things in a different way, then we have a fixed mindset and growth doesn't happen as fast. And we aren't able to meet people where they are or meet our experiences or our situations or our events where they are. We always have expectation. And when we have expectation, we're going to be disappointed one way or the other because it's not always going to be exactly as we expect it to be. And giving ourselves the freedom to be open to perceiving how life intends us to see things, which is always for our highest good, gives us a constant opportunity to grow and to evolve. Think about another example is when you're texting a friend and it could be about anything. And one of you makes a joke or says something that you think is a joke, but the other person takes harshly or is kind of offended by it or just perceives it in a way that is not how you meant it at all. Now, that is a perfect example of perceiving through the lens of your life, because that's how we all perceive, which is why it's all different. We're perceiving through the lens of our life experiences. So however they perceived it, if it's not how you intended it, if they're open to seeing it the way you intended it, that's how you fix it. That's how you communicate. And life is constantly trying to communicate with you by giving you all of these opportunities to see things differently. But if you're not open to it, if you're closed off to changing your self-limiting beliefs, to changing your perception, to altering the way that you interact with the world, life is going to feel hard. It is going to feel like something bad is always around the corner because it's what you expect. We're going beyond the law of energetics and how you become a match for good things, basically. That's kind of it in a nutshell. And I hope this was helpful for you. I've been thinking about it a lot and working on it with a lot of one-on-one clients and things that are on my mind like that. I feel like creating a little home for them here on this podcast is probably beneficial for many of you. So thank you for joining me today. I hope this was helpful. If you liked it, give us a rate and review. That would be amazing. And you can follow me on the gram. That's all in the show notes. I love you guys so much. Have a great day. Talk soon.